All right, welcome back to Fleccas Talks The Podcast, episode 135. Today on the show, we have new proof that we are under the control of demon tech overlords after seeing some New Year's Eve celebrations. Then, we tell you why, now more than ever, we need to be a wooga maxing. And then we're going to tell you why this non-binary barbershop is the last place you'd ever want to get a haircut. And last but not least, a plane crashes in the hood and you won't believe what happens next. Hint, it's not Uplifting Gold. All this and more, it's Fleccas Talks The Podcast, episode 135, ranked the best new podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Fleccas Talks The Podcast featuring Richard Grab.
All right, one for one on the intro, as always. Guys, it is the new year, which means it is time to start eating healthy. But the problem when it comes to eating healthy is it's hard to decipher what is actually good for you and what is secretly poisonous, which is why I'm happy to report we have partnered with Farmer Bill's. Farmer Bill's has created what I'm calling the Wagyu of beef jerky. This stuff is so good, it's soft, it's fatty, it tastes great, and is so much better than that crap you get at the gas station. If you think the jerky you're getting at the gas station is good for you, it's time to wake up. All of Farmer Bill's products are soy-free, preservative-free, seed oil-free, grass-fed and finished, and have zero fillers. And on top of all that, Farmer Bill is a based America First business owner and show watcher. This is by far the best beef jerky I have ever had, and I'm not just saying that. Farmer Bill's has a variety of high-protein snacks that will help you fuel your day and reach your health goals. They have a beef slab, they have biltong, beef slices, and even bison, which is all very, very good. The flavors are fantastic. I've been eating this stuff non-stop. Enhance your day, enhance your diet, and enhance your charcuterie boards. Farmer Bill's is offering 20% off when you use code Fleccas20 at checkout. The link is in the description. Farmer Bill's supports the show, is a major show watcher. We are major beef consumers. It seems like a full 360 win. Link is in the description. Fleccas20 at checkout for 20% off. The links are in the description. Let's get into housekeeping.
Farmer Bill's Provisions, the perfect protein snack.
All right. Thank you to Farmer Bill's for sponsoring.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
Hey, we've been munching that shit.
Oh, yeah. You can say we've been munching that shit.
We've been slurping it up.
Yep.
It's really good, too, and it makes your brain feel nice.
And I like Farmer Bill.
Yeah.
Or whoever runs the social media. He gets a little aggressive out there.
Yeah, one of us. Yeah. One of us. All right, well, first episode back. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, not Happy New Year's, by the way, which I'm sure some of you know.
It is New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve would work.
Yeah, but a lot of you Muppets are pluralizing New Year. It's 1 year.
Happy New Year's.
You talking about the last 10?
Happy New Year's. You sound like a mutt.
Yeah.
It's low class. It's low class.
Yeah, it's something.
And some people might say, oh, that's how I say it. Sorry, I'm not as fancy as you. Class isn't about money.
Yeah.
If you know it's Happy New Year, not Happy New Year's, start saying Happy New Year and you'll be less low class.
Yeah, start it next year.
Let's get on to some classy shit.
Not next year's.
Yeah, exactly. But we do have a lot to get to. New Year's Eve. There was a lot of clips that we're going to be covering. Not a lot, just basically two.
Mm-hmm.
But the main one was everyone's phone being out at this ball drop celebration happening in the background. Everyone's phone is out recording.
They're all feeding the phone. Nobody's living in the moment. I'm sure there's some nice old lady in the crowd who actually is, but...
There actually is one couple right here in front who are kissing and not filming it and not giving the moment to the tech demon that lives inside of our phones.
Mm-hmm. And this is a pretty, exclusive place. They're seeing it drop. They're doing it. What does it take to get a spot there?
Yeah, well, it probably takes a long time of waiting. Which takes us to our next part. So obviously that clip that we just showed is very dystopian.
Yeah.
That's the word for it.
Uh-huh.
This next piece is very dystopian as well.
If you leave and you have to use the bathroom or even get water,
you lose your spot.
That's the problem.
So what do you do with the bathroom?
What do you do? I'll show you exactly what you do. Okay? Hold on. Let me see. Let me try and find this here.
Okay, now I
see these pads?
Yeah.
You have to pee in these pads. It don't matter who you are. See? Let me show you.
But you're a man. What do you do if you're a woman?
Everybody's equal. Nobody's any different.
Oh, you just put it in your underwear?
That's exactly what you do.
And then you switch and you have like a bag, like a...
It stays there. It stays there.
This will hold for the whole day?
You make it will stay for the whole day, yeah.
Okay. So, here's a little peek behind the curtain of what's going on.
He's like enthusiastically telling you, here's the secret. And it's like getting more details. She's filming. You're pissing in your pants to watch the Times Square ball drop. That's what you're up to?
Sir, are you pissing your pants right now? Is there piss and shit in everyone's pants here?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
You put the pee pad in the front and you shit in your pants. You just blow it out.
It's like, oh, don't worry, guys. I'm not going to lose my spot to see the thing fall out of the sky at night.
Yeah.
So obviously that's very dystopian, and that kind of proves how strong the tech demon is. People will shit and piss themselves in order to feed their phone a video of the ball dropping.
Yeah, and not only are they pissing themselves, but they're admitting that they're pissing themselves on camera to the same tech overlords that they're giving the New Year's moment to.
Yeah, I'm pissing right now.
Filming, I'm pissing.
No way I'm going to lose my spot.
Yeah.
So
we're all equal here, and it's like, how about you? The two people behind him, are you pissing your pants? And they're like, no. He's the only guy doing it.
No, I just go to the bathroom at the California Pizza Kitchen, and my husband saves my spot. It's like, oh, didn't know that was an option. Well, New Year's Eve obviously came and went. I didn't do anything.
No, I didn't either.
I didn't do anything.
Nope. It's amateur hour.
It's amateur hour. The only thing worse than New Year's Eve is probably St. Patrick's Day, and the only thing worse than St. Patrick's Day is SantaCon in New York, where everyone dresses up as a Santa and gets blackout drunk at 8 a.m. on the LIRR, and then fights you.
Yeah, the ride back from SantaCon on the Long Island Railroad. Yeah, and you're in the Santa suit and it's all messy because it's stained and shit from the bars, then you get your teeth knocked out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, New Year's Eve, obviously the ball drop. That's the big moment. Here's what CNN showed. Here's the countdown. And then here's the first thing they showed, I guess, in the new year, technically.
Yep. Here we go. What does CNN want to do?
And they cut to two gay guys, an interracial gay couple making out, doing foreplay.
That's fucking par for the course.
It's foreplay. You know what comes after that.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder where their hands were.
Some disgusting shit comes after that.
Yeah. So to wrap it up, clearly the demons who... I'm going to throw a little theory out there. Past advanced civilization, the demons got really strong and technologically advanced, and then they got wiped out by God, right?
Okay.
And now, over time, they've slowly reinvented themselves and had humans kind of bring them back to reality by creating technology and advancements really quick. And this is what kind of proves it. Here's what 5 megabytes of data in 1956 looked like. It's like an armoire.
Yeah, you need pallets and 5 guys to move it.
And then here's what 1 terabyte now looks like in 2023.
Yep.
And a terabyte, that's like 200 times 5 megabytes, maybe?
Yeah, I
maybe
think so.
2,000
megabytes in a terabyte, I believe.
So, well, what happened? All of a sudden, we learned how to make the little metal data holder. Will we write it on the metal?
Yeah, hey, I'm understanding you, but I'm not necessarily with you for the demon tech thing, but, keep cooking.
Yeah.
You almost finished?
Well, it's weird that we learned how to do that all of a sudden. We write it all down in the metal. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Same with airplanes. We went from the Wright brothers to Mach 10 pretty quick.
Yeah.
You think we just figured that out?
So what are you? You're casting doubt on human ingenuity and the indomitable human spirit?
Yeah. I think everyone who had a major technological advancement had an inside alien guy.
Okay.
And they had a little meeting, and they go, why don't you try this? You can put a bunch of songs on this little box. Call it an iPod.
Now, do you think it was a real alien guy, or do you think it was reverse engineered from found alien tech?
I think it was aliens to the CIA, and then the CIA to a guy who's kind of on the is most likely to get there.
Okay, let me stop you right there. How many pages of housekeeping are there?
There's, I think 4 or 5.
Okay,
we have to move on. You're absolutely right.
All right.
Speaking of fake and gay, NASA just released a new image of the. Oh wow.
The moon.
Look at that. The moon right behind the moon, between the Earth and the moon. Wow. Look at that.
All right, get your bits out.
What a real photo. Actually, when I went home for the holidays, I kind of had a realization. Took off in the airplane, right?
Yeah.
Flying up high. Don't you think when you're flying up high, you'd see the Earth at 2,000 miles an hour?
I just
And
want to
I
skip
was up
this.
high, too.
Yeah, 30,000 feet.
Yeah. And then everything just stays the same. Oh, it's so, looks pretty flat and stationary to me.
All right.
All right. The holidays are over, obviously. So now is the best time to buy your black Santas and your black wheelchair Santas.
Yeah, they're on discount.
They're on major discount. I think 99% of the black wheelchair Santa sales from Target were either show watchers or bit buys.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Bit buys for sure.
Because then once you have that as the reality, then Target can go, ooh, a bunch of right wingers are making racial jokes by buying a black, wheelchair.
Target's in on it. Target's in on it.
But they might think we got to stop this. People are making fun of wheelchair people and black people. We need to get those off the shelf, and then we get them off the shelf, and we're almost back to normal.
Yeah.
So there's something there. All right, moving on. Page 2 of housekeeping. Make sure you guys use this opportunity to tickle the post, help us juice the algo, like the video, leave a comment again, and then start talking about what you want to talk about. Notifications need to be turned on, and our P.O. box needs to be full. There's an address in the description. Send us stuff. I know it's Christmas, and you probably sent us stuff already. We want more.
Yeah. We had a crazy haul. If you didn't see the special, or we talked about it, I think. Yeah, we had a crazy haul.
We had a crazy haul, and we got more stuff coming, so we're very grateful. The post office lady said, oh, you're treating us like the storage facility.
Yeah. So they know us now, and it's like, I don't want them to know us. Start Googling the thing, look at our thumbnails, go, oh, hell no.
All right, we got to move on. We got to get more serious. We have a lot of important stuff to get to. You know that song, Yankee Doodle Dandy? And that song didn't age very well.
What do you mean?
I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. You think anyone wants to be that? You want to be a Yankee Doodle Dandy?
No, not really. You're right.
All right. Let's get even more serious. Guys, we need to be awooga maxing.
Yeah.
We're still obviously henchman maxing, as we all know, but we need to be awooga maxing as well. Richard, can you please read the literature?
Yeah. The manifesto. It says, forget hiding your feelings. In 2024, you need to be awooga maxing. You need to be saying, humana, humana, humana. You need to be making your eyes roll like a slot machine and land on hearts. You need to be holding up a small wooden sign that says, yowza.
Yeah. And this is the way, because at least she'll know you're interested.
Yeah. She'll have to turn you down, like formally, if you're awooga maxing and humana, humana, humana.
Yeah. And this
rolling your tongue back into your mouth.
Having your heart beat out of your chest.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we need to be doing, because at least the girl will know you're interested. Because what the feminists want is everyone to be like a scared twink who's scared to approach people.
Yeah, meeting people on Bumble and shit.
And obviously, everyone these days is poisoning themselves, girls-wise, is poisoning themselves with birth control.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you're attracted to twink types, which is why you have Jason Chalamet. What's his name?
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tip cup, and all the girls were tipping for Timothy Chalamet.
You know, you go like this, and Timothy Chalamet, like
he scurries.
You could like give him like a problem.
Actually, if you're awooga maxing and Timothy Chalamet is there, and then you do that to him, he does the like running in place before he goes.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So he scurries.
Oh, man, that's a great point. But yeah, seriously, when it comes to dating, obviously the terrain is a little different than it used to be back in the day. I think our parents' generation was probably awooga maxing.
Yeah,
Even
they would awooga max, and then they'd sign up for an 18% mortgage and go, no problem. It was a different time.
Yeah, but there was a tweet I saw that kind of summed up like how Gen Z's got problems. If we start here and work our way up.
Yeah, this guy says, I don't think people understand just how messed up Zoomers were by the culture war. An entire generation reaching the learn how to talk to girls stage at the exact same time as Me Too and the campus rape crisis. It's a big part of why younger people aren't dating. And then somebody else quote tweeted that and said, do you think men got their girlfriends and wives pre-Me Too by sexually harassing them? Like, just that's the revisionist history where everything was unwanted and all that.
And then Mimetic Sisyphus, our boy, comes in with the hammer.
He said sexual harassment used to mean repeated, unwanted, explicitly sexual comments or content. Me Too expanded this definition to include any unwanted sexual interest.
Isn't that a good point?
Yeah.
It used to mean like, hey, this guy made
Hey, check out Barb's tits. Like every day, the office, and Barb works there, and she's the only girl. And she's got huge cans, and the guy just talks about it.
And he keeps going, hey, when are you going to let me ask you out? And then maybe like, hey, Barb.
Yeah.
Like that over and over, that's inappropriate. But if at first he said, hey, Barb, you're really beautiful, I'd love to take you out, that's not sexual harassment. That's just him asking someone out. And then if you say no, and then he continues and gets inappropriate, that's where the line is crossed.
And then another one that kind of happened recently was anybody in a position of power, like anybody who was an employee of someone, it's like you're fired if they catch you. And it's like, how how many people just married their secretaries?
Oh, or meet at work, exactly.
And the secretary is like, I love him. Like, I like my boss. I want to get him.
Yeah. So people forget how the world works. And that's why we have this feminist here.
And we had an asset, but I don't see it here. But where the girl basically lied her way into getting her boyfriend by pretending she read all his favorite books and did like a 3-month plan to get her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And because she's a little old girl, it doesn't, like...
But if a guy did that, it'd be like, this guy's a psycho.
Yeah. Sexual assault, whatever they want to call it.
So, we have a clip here about a feminist type who is now dating a normal guy, and look how it's changing her reality.
A guy's guy is usually not my type. Like, I cannot remember the last time that I went on a date with like a straight bro, you know what I'm saying? But it befell me. It befell me in an organic fashion. So I'm on this date with this guy, and the thing about a guy's guy is he's putting his card down. He's paying for everything. And I really it sort of activated something feral in me, I'm not gonna lie. We went to like another bar, and he was gonna go to the bathroom, so I was getting prepared to pay for our drinks because he's been paying all night. Of course I'm gonna pay for the next round. But as he's going to leave for the bathroom, he turns to me and he hands me his credit card, and he goes, here's my card, get us whatever.
She likes it.
Yeah, she turned feral, her own words.
She's coming back to normal. Nature is healing.
Yeah.
All they needed to do was not be surrounded by twinks.
I mean, everybody, if given the opportunity, we've said it with the trans people before, they will revert back to factory settings, if given the opportunity.
Exactly. So this is why we need to be awooga maxing. Let the girls know you're interested. If they're not interested in you, that's okay. They'll pick someone else who hopefully is awooga maxing as well.
Yeah.
We all awooga max, and they pick which retard they like the best.
Yep.
That's what it...
Exactly. If everybody awoogas, nobody's a freak.
It's like, all right, I've received enough awoogas. This awooga.
I'm going with Michael.
Yeah. And then there's also another maxing thing we can do, tone maxing for guys and other guys in a non-gay way. I think the other one's the first, and this is the second. So there's two tweets here.
This guy said, started tone matching my Iraqi corner store guy. I walk in. The big boss himself, where have you been hiding? At school, where I missed you so dearly. Habibi, you are my number one guy. I will never betray you. King of my heart and the true big boss.
See, that's what the Iraqis like.
Yeah, they do. And then he says, I just gave the big boss his Christmas present. He said, how did you know pistachio was my favorite? I said, my friend, you told me once, and how could I forget? He said, you are a good man, bigger than a man, a lion. I said, you deserve the world, and I really meant it.
See, that's good. That's good tone matching.
Yeah, I agree.
This is what we got to do with the new year. We have to kind of plan our lives out.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. Speaking of awooga maxi, Martha Stewart has her tits out.
Yeah, she is 82 years young, and she's thirst trapping everybody.
She's doing sultry faces with glam makeup.
Mm-hmm. Not good.
Really not good.
And we did a little research before the show. Martha Stewart has a daughter who's too old to be doing this.
Yeah, her daughter was born in like 1965.
So Martha, I mean, it's time to hang up the cleats.
Why?
Yeah.
And then speaking of awooga maxing as well, Leah Thomas got gay married.
Yeah, Leah Thomas got gay married. I don't know who put the ring on who. It's all very confusing.
Leah Thomas has the ring on.
I think it's two guys. I think they're both trans and they do their little fetish shit.
So they're lesbians.
Two gay
guys that are trans, and now are two girls that are lesbians.
Gay guys with extra steps, yeah. So,
Yeah.
congrats, Leah.
Okay, let's get back into the show. Let's get back into serious stuff.
Okay.
Because we kind of got we went a little AWOL.
Yeah. Awooga-maxing.
All right, they turned the earthquake gun back on, and now we have tremors in Japan. Look at these tremors back here. You can see the floor just kind of moving like crazy.
It's breathing.
It looks sketchy. So I'm assuming they turned the Antarctica earthquake gun back on, and they're going to blame it on climate change.
Smart.
Just keeping a heads up.
Okay.
All right, moving on. You ever go to Taco Bell and the lazy workers in the drive-thru say, DoorDash only?
Yeah, no, that's actually never happened to me, but
It's happened to people. Let's let this clip play. Look how this guy handles this.
Okay.
So it says, point of view, Taco Bell workers lying about only taking DoorDashes, so you lie back and scare them straight.
I'm not here for food. My name is Christopher Beatrice. I'm the general manager for all 16 locations in the northeastern region. Get back to fucking work. Get back to work. If I come back here, everybody on this shit is fired.
And it worked. That's pretty good.
yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
And then you just loop back around and get your Taco Bell. But obviously we don't eat Taco Bell, especially now,
Yeah.
because it's got seed oils in it and it's poison. And then you eat it and it ruins your whole life and you poison yourself.
Yeah, what were you saying before about seed oils? You shouldn't look like this or something?
Well, we have a meme here. See this lady?
This girl who said, Happy New Year, look what quitting seed oil can do for you. And she used to have a fat face, and now she has very slender face.
So you quit seed oils and it changes everything. Guys, I was eating seed oils for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to look like this.
Yeah, you're not supposed to end up here.
Yeah, this is crazy. What happened?
You let it get away from you for a little bit.
Because I ordered so much restaurant food, and the restaurants, to compete, have to lower their costs, and the only way to do that is to replace everything good and natural with like seed oils and processed poisonous crap.
Yeah, so private equity firms who needed to squeeze out the last dollar they could out of fat fucks like us.
Yeah.
They've been poisoning us.
They've been poisoning us, and look what happened. We have to stop eating seed oils, never eat seed oils again.
Neither of us are supposed to look like this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then we don't eat seed oils anymore.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it.
Okay. All right, moving on. The Harvard president is gone. Obviously a W for the MAGA movement.
Yeah.
But the lady on the way out, she blamed racism as the reason she got fired. Can you read that quote?
Yeah, my deep sense of connection to Harvard and its people has made it all the more painful to witness the tensions and divisions that have riven our community in recent months, weakening the bonds of trust and reciprocity that should be our sources of strength and support in times of crisis. Amidst all of this, it has been distressing to have doubt cast on my commitments to confronting hate and upholding scholarly rigor, two bedrock values that are fundamental to who I am, and frightening to be subjected to personal attacks and threats fueled by racial animus.
Racial animus.
Racial animus?
Who's racial animus?
Yeah, I don't know.
Racial animus. And it's like racial animus is why you got hired.
Yeah.
They were really focused on racial when they hired you.
Yeah, your abuse and constant complaining about racial animus is why so many people are hiring a black woman.
Yeah.
Or just a black person in general.
Exactly. And then Mark Lamont Hill said the next president of Harvard must be a black woman. And then someone goes, okay, are you good with Candace Owens? And then he goes, this is the problem. Y'all really think black people are interchangeable. But it's like, you just said it needs to be any black woman.
You thought that.
All right, we got to move on. We got to kind of hustle through the rest of housekeeping. Are you cool with that?
Well, we have to hustle through housekeeping, and you spend time casting doubt on space, flat earth shit, awooga-maxing, the earthquake gun. So, I don't know whose fault it is, but okay, we'll hustle through.
We have important stuff.
All right.
Jaguars.
The animal.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
There's a group of people out there who are saying jaguars.
I might be in that group.
I don't know where this came from. We had Jaguars figured out forever. No one ever had an alternative pronunciation. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing Jaguars. Oh,
Yeah.
The Jaguars first down. Oh, this wild Jaguar was captured on camera.
Yeah.
Jaguar. What are you talking about? We're good on that.
All right, so New Year, Jaguar.
It came recently. All right, also really quick, we have an update from Daniel Larson.
Okay.
You know Daniel Larson?
Yeah, I do.
He's a pet of mine. He's a person with an entertaining talent, or a PET. He has an update for us.
I just made enough money that I can get me a toucan from the pet store, so I have somebody to talk to.
That's good.
That's a problem solver right there.
It's looking like a good year for Daniel Larson.
Yeah.
His year's looking up. All right, really, really quick also as well. People keep asking about the sandwich of fall. Guys, it's January.
Why would you ask that?
It's like we're halfway through winter. What are you talking about?
Come on.
All right, moving on. The Epstein docs got released. Nothing really new.
All the same old names that we were already on the flight logs, basically.
The same old names. We knew who massaged who. We knew everyone was there. The special names are withheld. Nothing new.
It would be great if some random celebrity just got totally caught, you know?
Yeah.
Someone you didn't expect. Like, holy shit, Adam Sandler went 48 times? Like, obviously I like Adam Sandler, but, you know, I wanted to be shocked, you know?
Yeah, me too. Nothing new. Nothing shocking. Seems like a psyop. Fake stuff. Let's get the real info, please.
Okay.
All right, question of the day. Ding, ding, ding. We have a question of the day. Does anyone not have their bed against a wall? And I'm not talking about hammocks. That doesn't count. I don't know anyone. I've never had my bed not against a wall. I'm not willing to try it either because I feel like if I wake up, I could see someone like standing over me right here, which I obviously don't want to happen. But if one of you guys wants to try it, please try it. Move your bed off the wall to the middle of the room and let's see how it goes. I don't think anyone in history has ever tried a bed not on the wall.
Yeah, other than kings, Cleopatra and shit.
In the middle of a room?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool, actually. But I guess the pillows could fall off easier off the back.
Maybe.
Okay, we need to move on. We have more serious news. This is actual news. Crime is going down under Joe Biden, but not for the reason you think.
We're back with a reality check on crime in America. There's been a big shift from where crime levels were during the pandemic, but not in the direction you might expect. Here's Monica Alba with the FBI's surprising new report.
Despite viral videos of smash and grab robberies in department stores, free iPhones, and scenes of chaotic theft and violence in major U.S. cities, crime for 2023 in almost every category is down. That's according to new data from the FBI that runs counter to popular perception. According to
so crime is down.
Yeah, lovely.
And the reason crime is down is because no major cities aren't reporting crime anymore.
Many of the largest cities have stopped reporting crime statistics to the FBI. Crime hasn't decreased. They just stopped reporting it.
Yeah. So cities nationwide not reporting crime data to the FBI. Can you read this?
Yeah, New York City and Los Angeles police departments are among the 40% of law enforcement agencies nationwide not sharing their 2021 crime data with the FBI. Crime is on a lot of people's minds, and it's unfortunate that we don't have good crime data from across the country, said data reporter Weehoo Lee.
And also, if you don't arrest a person, you don't have a crime as well, and you know how arrests have been. So they just kind of redefine the term. Well, that's like a trend we see with the Democrats.
And we've talked about this on the show before, but we're in the gaslighting stage, the this is normal stage, where the only people who are going to be able to tell you how good something was are like old timers. Mm-hmm. Some guy who's 60, who's lived in the same spot in LA his whole life. And it's like, then you hear him give his testimony and it's like, shut up, old man. Yeah. The future is now. Like, this is a Latino neighborhood now. And it's just, it seems like we're at the gaslighting stage. Like, does anybody believe that shoplifting is somehow like, in 2023, shoplifting, period, was better off than anywhere in the 90s or anywhere in the early 2000s? Like, no. You'd have to be insane to think that.
Well, according to the FBI statistics, it's down.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you guys just redefined the term. Same with immigration, which we're about to get into.
Yeah.
But there was a high trust society thing here, ski lodge.
Yeah, amazing how you can still walk up to any ski hill and get free skis. They're making a joke that people don't watch the skis at the top of a mountain.
So the high trust society is like a term we use a lot. It's like obviously like from a time when people could trust their neighbors and strangers and stuff more than obviously now. And then people are saying high trust society has become a common dog whistle.
Yeah. And then this person, somebody said, I'll take vibrant multiculturalism and nummy foods over a high trust society anyway.
Yeah.
That's exactly. The average Redditor.
Average Redditor. And then with illegal immigration, it's the same thing. There's a new stat that came out that showed that illegal migrants are outnumbering natural-born citizens' birth. So there's more people arriving here illegally than are being born here by American mothers.
Yeah, American birth versus illegal immigrants. And as we've shown before on the podcast, it's the population who has just showed up for asylum and been let in is higher than the population of a bunch of states. I think it's larger than the city of Chicago, which is 3 million people.
Yep.
It's ugly.
And then the Democrats will say, well, illegal immigration's actually down. Oh, these are just asylum seekers.
Yeah.
And we changed the definition of asylum to mean pretty much anybody who can get here, you can seek asylum. Even if you traveled thousands of miles across tons of other countries you could have got asylum in, everyone's an asylum seeker. It's not illegal immigration. So they say that illegal immigration is actually down under Joe Biden.
So wordplay, gaslighting, it's the same thing as the crime statistics where it's like a Indiana Jones switch. Like, no, illegal immigration's down. What you see at the border, those are asylum people. That girl from Guinea, she's a pilot at Delta now.
Yeah. So they gaslight you, then call you racist. We have an AOC clip from a couple months ago, but this is right in line with what we said.
So often people want to say, why aren't you talking about the border crisis? Or why aren't you talking about it in this way? Well, we're talking about it. They just don't like how we're talking about it. Because it's not a border crisis. It's an imperialism crisis. It's a climate crisis. It's a trade crisis. This is not a surge. These are children. And they are not insurgents. And we are not being invaded.
So they're not insurgents. We're not being invaded. Here's some Hamas types in Chicago.
The gear, these guys?
Yeah, that looks like insurgents to me.
Yeah. I don't know where they came from. I don't know what they're up to.
Those are children.
Probably blocking a highway.
Yeah, those are children. So they're not insurgents. They're all children, even though they're all men, and a lot of them look like that.
Yeah.
And they don't take any resources either.
Oh,
we're told.
They don't?
And then here we also hear that California is offering free healthcare or healthcare, what's it called, for illegals?
Yeah.
January 1st, California will become the first state in the nation to offer health insurance to undocumented immigrants.
Under the expansion, more than 700,000 people between the ages of 26 and 49 will be eligible for Medi-Cal. CBS 8's
That's great.
Yeah, good for them.
California's got it all figured out and has enough to go around where you can start giving health insurance to illegals, which will come in handy because a lot of diseases that the first world hasn't seen in hundreds of years are coming across the border too.
Yeah, the tropical disease leishmaniasis, I'm butchering that, but has been found in human children in Texas. The disease is spread by a sandfly and most commonly found in Iraq, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. The disease is fatal if not treated and can cause black fever and boils on the skin. So, hey, welcome to America. They're sending their best. Rapists, we have a couple rapists in here.
Yeah, we'll get to the rapists. They're taking a lot of resources, and people will say they're not, but here we have New York City Mayor Eric Adams telling everyone that their quality of life is going to go down because of all the illegals.
We're seeing the erosion of the quality of life that we've improved on in such a short period of time of this administration. And we have been impacted. For many months, we were able to keep the visualization of this crisis from hitting our streets, but we have reached a breaking point. We're no longer able to do that because of the volume of numbers.
New York, quality of life going down.
Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, said something similar. I don't think we're going to play it, but it's like these cities are now beleaguered and their social services are stretched to the limit. And so what do? Oh man, I'm some guy who's lived here for 40 years and all of a sudden my eyes aren't working very well. I'll go get something checked out. And then you get in the line and there's like 40 illegals from Venezuela and Somalia and shit. It's just not good.
Mm-hmm. And then if you think we can handle it, it just takes a long time. We can't because we have 3 million people backlogged. The immigration court case backing surpasses. Can you read that?
Yeah, sure. Immigration court case backlog surpasses 3 million, new record. So that's 3 million people who are like waiting to have their first appearance in court. They've already hired hundreds of new judges for this. So a judge is just all day doing this, like getting your next court date. Yep. It's a stamp. He just keeps stamping it. So, I mean, pretty much every service we have is getting stretched. And people like Nikki Haley are worried about what we call them.
Yeah, let that.
But let's keep in mind, these people that are wanting to come here, they want to come for a better life too. They have kids too. They have a heart too. So we don't need to be disrespectful We don't need to talk about them as criminals. They're not. They're families that want a better life, and they're desperate to get here.
They're not criminals. They came here illegally, and it's all men. It's families.
Yeah, and then some NGO says, hey, you need to claim asylum. You need to say you fear for your life or something, and then you'll get all the resources you need. Yeah. And apparently anything that's below the American standard is a reason to claim asylum. Yeah. Things aren't that good in Colombia. Like, okay, here you go.
Yeah. Oh, things are bad in Colombia? America's way better.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. You're telling me for the first time that America's so much better than everywhere else, and you guys are going to ruin it.
Yep, and if you say anything, you're racist, and if you believe we're being replaced, the Great Replacement Theory, that's just a racist right-wing dog whistle when the right wing says it.
Yeah.
But when the Democrats say it, it's on TV.
In a couple of presidential cycles, you'll be on election night, you'll be announcing that we're calling the 38 electoral votes of Texas for the Democratic nominee for president. It's changing. It's going to become a purple state and then a blue state because of the demographics, because of the population growth of folks from outside of Texas.
So
demographics changing and population growth, which nobody ever voted on. You know what I mean? Yeah, the state of Texas, nobody ever had a, hey guys, 2 million illegals? Yes or no?
Yeah.
There's never been a vote. It's just like this implicit thing that Democrats and NGOs have just kind of like massaged into reality.
Yeah, and it's going to change because of the demographics changing and people from outside of Texas going to Texas.
And here's the part that I'm confused on too. Like, we keep saying this, we're in the peak of illegal immigration right now, right? We're currently at the top. And they're doing this with media filming the caravans. People know what's happening. People are tracking the buses, the chartered flights, everything. And Donald Trump won 2016 basically on building a wall and threatening to deport everybody. And now I don't know what they think they're going to be able to do. Like, a lot of the people are just the same voters. And how do they think that's going to work out? So it's a crazy gamble to like get them all in before anybody can stop it, apparently, or something.
Yeah, exactly. And then also the people they're sending aren't obviously the best.
Yeah.
We got a lot of rapists. There's a couple headlines. This guy in Brooklyn, they called the Bay Ridge rapist.
Yeah, Bay Ridge man, and his name is Mohammed Izzadin, 22 of Bay Ridge. Oh, you know, good old Bay Ridge, probably in a Billy Joel song.
Yeah.
And he was raping a woman, and he said, oh, it's okay, that's a prostitution place. And I think he robbed it and then raped this woman.
Great.
So lovely.
There's another guy who was a child rapist. That's this guy.
Yeah, this guy horrifically raped someone, got 3 counts. I don't know where the headline is, but there he is.
And then there's, this was in Europe, this interview, but is with some African migrants talking about how they rape people.
Let's go. Some of them, they're not screaming. It's like they wanted to be raped, you see. She also grabs you see, no more
like
crying.
She's enjoying it, you know,
see.
even though she isn't, but it's like she's enjoying it.
Do you think it's right? Do you think it's right to rape?
Yeah, it's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong.
What about the consequences of what you're doing in terms of how that affects the person that's raped?
Yeah, the consequences, we look at that all the time, you know, because it happens, she might scream, you know, people might wake up. A lot of people.
I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about the emotional effect, the physical effect it has on the girl.
Yeah. Sometimes we know that we might rape her and wake up tomorrow with viruses ourselves, like HIV, you know.
What about
they don't get the question of how does the woman you raped feel? They go, oh, it could be bad if we get HIV.
They're too dumb to do a hypothetical. They're talking about like the sound and like the immediate result after.
The consequences. Oh yeah, she could scream.
Yeah.
No.
No, dude. And so that's another part of a broad theme of this show is you have no idea how dumb some people are outside of America and outside of like good education systems. They're basically operating like a little bit above an animal level.
Yeah.
And you get confused because he's talking to the guy. He gets it. He's saying words. They're talking.
Yeah.
But it's like he's not thinking at any level beyond like immediate result. How would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning? And he goes, but I did have breakfast.
I had breakfast.
Yeah. So you don't even realize how dumb these people are. And if they ask for asylum, they get it.
And that's who's coming here. There's a lot of those types here, a lot. And there's an IQ thing that someone tweeted about that summed it all up.
It says people with an IQ below 85 are incapable of theory of mind. They cannot conceptualize someone else's emotions, nor can they conceptualize their own in future hypotheticals, which is basically what we said. What if you had breakfast this morning? Africans on average have an IQ between 70 and 80, depending on the region.
We need a lot of those guys here.
Yeah, give me 200,000 and let's dump them in San Antonio and see what happens.
America is so much better than Sudan. Sudan sucks. We got to get these guys here. Yeah, thanks. There was a meme that, about Germany at the bottom. Yeah, can you read that?
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
It said, when you claim that losing World War II would have been terrible because we'd all be speaking German instead of English by now, but you let in millions of immigrants and now the country is speaking Arabic instead. But then the Germans do the exact same thing, so you end up speaking the same language as the Germans anyway.
All right, let's move on. Our military.
Honestly, sorry. The border, like so much shit happened, and it's kind of crazy playing catch up here. But I mean, the border is literally the single most important issue that's happening right now.
Yeah,
unfettered illegal immigrants and asylum. So it's like it has to be a big part of the show.
Yep,
we'll get to the twinks.
We'll get to the twinks soon. We'll get to the urban decay and the crime soon too. And also, we were off for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
This might be a longer episode.
Yeah.
This might be an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This episode.
Yeah.
So we're on our last page of housekeeping. Speaking of Nikki Haley, we spoke about her a little bit.
Yeah,
this is a quick thing. Nimrata, she renamed her husband. And I don't think anyone knows this. Can you read that? Sorry for all the reading today, Richard.
She longhoused her husband pretty quick as soon as she met him. And this is from her book in 2012. It said, you may be wondering how Bill became South Carolina First Gentleman Michael Haley. After we started dating, I looked at him one day and said, what's your name? You know it's Bill, he said, puzzled. You just don't look like a Bill. What's your whole name? William Michael. From that point on, I started calling him Michael, and all my friends did the same. When he transferred to Clemson his sophomore year, my friends became his friends, and before we knew it, he was universally known as Michael. So she just snapped him into a Michael.
You're Michael now.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. And obviously, she wants to send us to war, Nikki Haley.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, is our military ready for war? Well, let's take a look at the gay military section. There was a trans person who's in the military who said this.
I believe this is Space Force.
Yeah.
So inclusion is a national security imperative. We fight today, and we are going to fight in the future using brain power. And if that brain, who's going to revolutionize the way we fight in space, we fight in cyber, just happens to be in a trans body, you should want them all serving alongside me. And for your organization...
So I kind of sometimes hope that whoever we go to war with will beat us and defeat us and then liberate us from this LGBTQ occupation.
Yeah, hey.
Like, Russia, please.
Russia.
If you could hear us.
I'm looking, and everybody who goes, oh, America's a Christian nationalist country or something, it's like, no, we're fucking not. Did you see that?
Did you see that? And their only hope for this is, and hear me out, this is a conspiracy theory. What if we're so based that in order to meet the requirement of percentage of women in the military, we just have a couple guys making close to the ultimate sacrifice. And it's like, oh, I'll pretend to be a chick. That way we can hit our numbers and still dominate.
Yeah.
So just a bunch of dudes out there.
Fingers crossed on that being the scenario right now.
Hopefully that's what's going on.
Admiral Levine, send us a message if this is true.
It's like, I got you guys.
Yeah.
And then the Navy launches a ship named for gay rights leader Harvey Milk. So just when you thought the Navy couldn't be any more gay, they named a boat after a gay pedophile.
Yeah. Didn't he fuck kids? Or
yeah, he had like a 16-year-old boyfriend who he threatened to get into trouble if the kid told his parents.
Yeah. You used to have to be a Medal of Honor recipient and like shoot down 15 planes over Iwo Jima to get a destroyer named after you. And here we go. Harvey Milk gets it instead.
Yep, because the gays can't help themselves.
Yeah.
That's
brings us into our next section.
Yeah, more gays who can't help themselves. Jill Biden's press secretary.
Yeah, Jill Biden's press secretary, Michael LaRosa, was forced out of White House after he tried to take gay dates to his room on secure floor of hotel where the president was staying during NATO summit in Madrid. And so
the gay guy couldn't help himself and he needed to fuck a guy on a business trip. and a secure floor.
In a foreign country. So he downloaded Grindr, however he got it. He found some guy who was willing to fuck right away, which is a classic gay man situation.
It's easy.
He was caught by Secret Service not once, but twice bringing dates to a secure floor. How long were they on the secure floor?
And bringing dates.
Yeah, dates.
Oh.
Fuck jobs. Like absolute. So obviously putting the first lady's safety at risk because you're not supposed to bring people who are not fully vetted, right? And then here's a quote from it. There was a long line of chaotic behavior, outbursts, unreliability, unpredictability, and lack of judgment that went into his last 6 months before his departure, one official said. And so...
That sounds about right.
And so this is the thing that's blowing my mind is we're getting slow burn. I think this was 18 months ago or something, and now it's just coming out. So we're getting slow burn White House twinks that we didn't even know about. You know, Sam Brinton, he got caught luggage twinking it up.
Monkeypox guy.
There's a few in your face, but there's also this iceberg where you're only seeing the top. And what's all this underneath, under the water that you can't see?
More twinks.
Other White House twinks who can't help themselves on a trip to Madrid. They have to be fucking multiple guys.
Yeah, exactly. They can't take a night off.
Disgusting, real disgusting shit.
Yeah. Well, we had this other clip from Christmas of some gay guys who ruined Christmas because they couldn't help themselves either.
See how my family likes our Christmas pajama outfit. I come peace.
He's forcing his mini twink.
Let's go see.
You're grown.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's
so
cute.
cute.
Say?
You're so cute.
I love it.
You love it?
So the shirts say, I come in peace, and then the little twink is wearing, I'm peace.
Nana's never heard a joke like that.
And they come down to all the cackling women downstairs.
And it's a holiday about the birth of Jesus.
Our Lord and Savior.
And you ruin it with gay cum jokes.
They have to make you visualize gay sex. They can't even get through Christmas without talking about gay sex.
Yeah. Hey, please, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, if you're here, please help me. Please save us, Donald Trump.
Please help us, Donald Trump. Yeah. So
the governor's off in these gay relationships. Usually the woman is the, hey, let's relax, but two gay guys and then they just spiral and all of a sudden the dog has monkeypox. I don't know.
Yeah. So everything's gay. Everything's woke. There was a Vietnam veteran who was running a museum and he had to shut it down. Can you read the headline?
Arizona Military Museum closes after Vietnam vet founder, 80, told tour, eventually they'll replace me with some gay black woman woke Jew, and claimed mannequin with hand on its hip represented gay soldiers.
Rings true, my man.
I don't know. It sounds like he was spitting. Let him cook.
Unfortunately, that's the end of the museum you run.
The museum is over. Unfortunately, your funding is cut, but you went out standing tall, I guess.
It was a pleasure serving with you. All right, so while our military goes more gay, China continues to rewrite our history on TickTock. This is obviously TickTok's the China app, and they're promoting things that aren't historically sound to a generation that doesn't know anything about history.
Earlier this year, Twitter was in an uproar because they found out Beethoven was allegedly black, and his pictures were often whiteified through the media. That same rumor is also said to be true about Lincoln. I decided to do my own research, and I found out Lincoln's mom's dad was allegedly Ethiopian. And in a lot of public records, Lincoln was described as coarse-haired with dark skin. And apparently this is what he actually looked like. It's possible that Lincoln, like Beethoven, had his...
All right, that's enough.
And if you go to this girl's page, the next video is like how to deal with your moon aligning with the lunar phase. Like it's all astrology shit.
Classic.
So, and then meanwhile, a Chinese kid opens TikTok and he sees a kid who's 6 years old engineering a dam or something.
How to build a bridge that can hold weight. Yeah, and that's what we get.
Yep.
Well, that is the end of our housekeeping. We are moving on to Cringe of the Week. Before we get to Cringe of the Week, we have a special message for you guys. If you love the show and are looking for 4 hours of exclusive content a month beyond the show itself, you would love Bonus Land. FleccasTalks.com is the website. Go there today. We did a Christmas special, which was a lot of fun. Rave reviews. People love the Christmas special.
Yep.
It was very funny. It's very cool. It's basically the show continued for 30 minutes after this show ends. So if you love the show and want to support us, and if you watch the show you probably don't watch a lot of right-wing content or a ton necessarily. Like the news is all fucked. Fox is bad. Mainstream media is bad. Why not support the people who actually bring you the news you like to consume in a fun, happy way like we do?
Yeah.
It's $7 a month. That's like how much a coffee costs. With inflation, that's nothing. $7 is nothing. So FleccasTalks.com is the website. It supports the show. We can't do the show without people supporting us on FleccasTalks.com. Bonus content every time after our episodes. Cringe of the week. All right. First clip is the barber pronouns person. This was my favorite clip from Cringe, I think.
Okay, is it okay if I touch you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what are your pronouns?
They, them.
She, they. I'm glad we exchanged those.
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad that you came in today to give me the opportunity.
Can I touch your hair? You're at the barber. So you're in this barber's chair. So what are you here for? Could be anything.
Yeah.
Are you here for an oil change?
Yeah. Well, you want to talk? You want to just talk?
Oh, you're here for a haircut. Okay, I could do that.
These people make me fucking sick.
And they pretend it's like all autism. They use that as an excuse.
It kind of is, right? Like
Yeah.
that's I can't pick up on any social cues. Like it's implicit. It's implied that when I go to the barber, she's going to touch my hair and we don't have to discuss that.
Yeah.
It's like it's the same thing as walking up to someone, shaking their hand and being like, "All right, can we talk now?" It's like you already know you're gonna. It's over.
Yeah, we're in the meeting already.
We're in the fucking meeting. So
But they can't do social cues. And I think it's because they had bad parents that gave them iPads that cooked their brains.
Okay, that's fair.
That's a fair thing. And Mimetic Sisyphus had a good theory on this too. Can you give him a read?
Yeah, he said, so much of the odd behavior in this culture is driven by people unable to understand normal social cues or the paralyzing fear of misreading one. Part of it is the extreme consequences from getting them wrong. Zero room for honest mistakes, litigation, firing, expulsion, global news headlines shunning you. It creates these timid, shaking, fawn-like creatures unsure where to step next. It's a culture created by those who could never learn to slow dance. And I agree. They don't. It's you have to talk about the most basic human instincts because I don't know. Everyone's gay.
Everyone's gay and weird and offended, and they live in an anxiety culture.
Yeah.
And they don't have anything to offer or anything they've done themselves to promote or be proud of. So all they can do is be proud of and lean into how unnormal they are and how unable to function in society they are, and how much you need to be polite and go like this so they can just have a close to normal experience, which is rare.
And I guess like forgiveness or saying no big deal is out the door now.
Yeah.
You have to like talk about it first.
Yeah, exactly. So let's move on to the queer gym girl.
Content warning and disclaimer before I show these before and after pictures. I will be mentioning weight loss, so if that is triggering for you, feel free to skip ahead.
Skip, triggering. Don't say weight loss in front of me. Can't. Thank you for the warning. We don't have to watch that.
All right, let's put it away.
All right, next, this guy's dating a trans person, and he's actually masculine and an alpha.
Yeah, this guy's an alpha. So take notes, everybody. We're not alphas.
I thought he was gay.
Yeah.
I was just very much confused.
I was confused too. Cassidy educated me and said, no, honey, you're straight. Don't you look at me like a woman? I said, yeah. She's like, so where do you find the word gay? And that's when I realized, yeah, I'm not gay at all. I'm an alpha male that's attracted to femininity, and that's exactly what I got right here.
Oh.
You should be at a sandwich shop in Staten Island, not convincing people you're not gay on social media, man. Come on.
I'm not gay. Cassidy educated me on how her giant head and jaw and literal dick are feminine.
And small hips. Cassidy educated me. That's like, no. The timeshare salesman, he said it was an investment. Think of it like an investment.
Yeah.
You know? The ketchup salesman, he said, get the fries, get them all. Like, it's so stupid to me. And this guy believes it. The educated me thing.
Yeah. This is exactly the educated. It's as if it's like a learned opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some more information, and turns out the guy with the dick with the long hair and a dress, it's a girl.
Yeah, him sucking me, totally fine, because I'm an alpha male.
Yeah. So another scalp for the devil who convinced someone and tricked someone into ending their own bloodline, and another reason why we can't be eating seed oils.
Yeah. You have to be vigilant for shit like this. Otherwise, Cassidy will educate you. All of a sudden, you're sucked into twink mania.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go on to the $500K meant for the nude Okay, there was a $500K donation, I believe, given to Seattle to build a playground for kids. And then all these gay people are saying that they need to make it a LGBT nude beach.
This is a place where people come up and they ask, is it safe here? Am I accepted here? And every time I've smiled and said yes.
Denny Blaine is a noted LGBTQ plus safe space. It's been that way for decades. Under Washington law, it's not illegal to be naked in public. However, it becomes illegal if kids are nearby. That's what this playground would do.
We want to preserve our spaces.
The people who showed up here believe the private anonymous donor who's willing to front $550,000 for a playground wants to take that space away from them.
They say that it's not an intention to displace queer communities or any specific community, and that may be true on the park side, but I'd love to ask the anonymous donor whether that's true.
So them not being allowed to be naked in public at a park next to kids is an attack on the LGBTs.
It's LGBT erasure.
That's how good they have it, that if they're not allowed to be naked in front of kids, it's oppression.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, Seattle. And a lot of people say, oh, trans people, when it comes to the bathrooms or how they act in public, they're not predators, they're not perverts, they're not trying to get anyone, they just want to use the bathroom or use the public space. But here we have a quick list of just a few in the last year, I believe, of LGBT trans types who are doing creep shit in the bathroom.
I'll read a few. Christopher Hambrook lied about being transgender to stay in 2 women's shelters, raped 2 women there, one who was deaf and one who had fled domestic abuse. Oh, the domestic abuse girl who's going to a women's shelter? Better luck next time.
Yeah.
You get raped by a guy.
We don't want to erase any trans people.
Yeah, we don't want any LGBT erasure.
Crazy guy here.
Sean Hallett wore a wig and a dress to gain entry to a gas station women's bathroom where he held his phone under a cubicle wall to film women. Jacob Guerrero wore a woman's wig and attached a camera to his shoes to film 12 women and girls as young as 8 using the toilet in women's bathrooms. Joel Hardman wore a woman's wig and covered his beard with a mask to spy on women in shopping center toilets and make recordings. Richard Rendler, convicted sex offender, caught wearing a wig and fake breasts to enter a woman's bathroom in a shopping center. The list goes on and on. So
the list goes on for a while.
That's a 4x3 grid. So there's at least 12 incidents there, and I know a lot of them went unreported or even undiscovered.
Yeah, that's a great point. And obviously what we see, which is so frustrating, is everyone makes excuses for the trans people. And then on top of that, the media even covers up what they actually are doing and did. So can you read that?
Yeah, well, we talked about it on the last episode. The Philadelphia transgender person, Kendall Stevens, who's just a man, was on the board of all these things and raped 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then Newsweek, thank you, Newsweek, you're so good. We need you, the media. They said trans activist Kendall Stevens' arrest sparks MAGA uproar. And then I'm led to believe the same Norm Macdonald joke. Oh, I think it was the child rapes. You know, it's not the arrest that sparked a MAGA uproar. It's raping a child while being trans, right?
Yeah, only MAGA people care about that.
Yeah, only MAGA people really are mad about child rapes. Like, what are you talking about, Newsweek?
Yeah.
So, friendly reminder that you don't hate the media enough.
Exactly. Let's get out of our trans cringe and into regular cringe. Like I said, this episode's going to be a little longer than usual today, probably an extra 15 minutes, but that's what happens when you get back from a break.
Like I said.
Yeah, like I said. Guy filming himself to do, I don't know what this is. So we can't play the music, but he's got like a Drake song, and it goes late night snack. So he showers, gets changed, gets in his car, has a purse. He's filming himself in and out of the elevators, his car.
That shot, the drive-thru. He put the phone out of the drive-thru.
So you're filming yourself setting up the camera like you're the star of a movie, but you're playing video games and eating McDonald's.
Yeah. Grown man did that shit.
Yeah.
And you could say the same thing for our henchman video. We were out in McDonald's filming henchman shit.
But that was different.
But that was art.
That was fiction.
That was made up.
Yeah. We're not saying this is what we do.
And no tripods.
No tripods. Yeah. And then also, you showered to go to McDonald's?
Come on, dude.
Do you drive through, you eat McDonald's, you play video games? You think this is going to, like, what? You trying to find a girlfriend? And I don't want to...
You're not going to find a girlfriend setting up the tripod outside the McDonald's drive-thru, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And speaking of shower, some of us barely shower because they think going in the pool counts as a bath.
Some of us.
Some of us.
This guy, only this. You can't even do that. You can't even honestly point at me.
Well, if it's a saltwater pool, it is kind of like a bath.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. All right. Girl stand-up joke. This girl did stand-up, and she's really bad.
So I told my parents I want to be a stand-up comedian, and they were like, pick a more realistic career, like mother and wife. Okay, nobody liked that one. Okay, all right, we're starting off strong.
What was the joke? But hey, an anti-motherhood message from a minority woman. She should get a Netflix deal.
Yeah, let's give her 10 mil. Back up the Brinks truck.
Get her.
Let her direct Star Wars, dude. Yeah. Get her on set.
But she is one of the funnier women comics, though.
Yeah, she's top 5 at least.
Amy Schumer did a bit over Christmas that was actually funny. I know you guys probably don't like Amy Schumer, but if people are funny, we're going to show it, and it's objectively funny. So here she is.
I don't think this is Amy Schumer. Look at that face.
I thought it was. Let's just let it rip. So here she goes. She's doing some dance thing up the stairs. She's pretty good, pretty agile. Everything's going great, and she ate shit.
Yeah, that's 1,000% not Amy
Schumer's funniest moment.
But that's her first funny moment. Yeah, you're right.
Should we do the stupid girl buzz her head, or should we save that for bonus land?
No, let's do it. Let's just do it.
Let it rip. Hey, long episode today. That's what happens when we get back.
This is a PSA to all the girls who want to shave their head. Do it now. Because you know what? In 5 years from now, if you don't shave your head, you can never say you shaved your head. You can never tell your kids that you've shaved your head. Do you really want to look like a lame-ass parent? No. Shave that fucking head. No one's going to stop you. And if people make fun of you, fuck it. You only live once. It's going to grow back. Don't listen to people. Listen to your brain and your mind. That was the same thing. Regardless, do it. Just do it, okay? Literally, there's no cons to it. You may have mental breakdowns because you can't do your hair right. Get a wig. Wigs are cheap on Depop. Just do it. Do it.
She kept yapping. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, she's Japanese.
Yeah.
This is why you don't take advice from girls.
Yeah. She's about to lead 40 fat women into an absolute buzzsaw.
Yeah, she can pull it off. She's like 105 pounds and has like a nice symmetrical face.
Super skinny, beautiful, symmetrical face.
She can pull off a buzz head. She's going to lead some fat girls to the slaughter.
The slaughterhouse. Yeah. And then they're going to be like, look at me, I'm punk, I have a shaved head. And, they'll never be the same.
And then also she says, don't listen to people. But then in like the next sentence says, shave your head, shave your head, shave your head. Kind of conflicting messages there. Sounds like the demon took control of the body.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the end of Cringe. Let's move on to Urban Decay.
Yeah, housekeeping again.
Housekeeping.
Let's do back to the first couple pages.
All right. So a plane crashed in the hood, and then look what happened. This will be kind of... So, plane crash.
Somebody in there, motherfucker?
Oh, jeez.
He still over there? Oh, why he flew out the motherfucker? What the fuck?
There's time.
Call 911.
Administer first aid.
There's somebody else in there?
Yeah, see Leprechaun say, yeah.
What the fuck? This shit is crazy. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
He's like moving.
This is crazy. Yeah, somebody done called him.
She goes on to say, oh, he's still moving. And it's like, yes, time is of the essence. Right now, help is needed more than ever.
There's another guy who kind of flew further out.
Yeah.
And they're saying, oh, he moving too. And it's like, at least they didn't rob him.
Honestly, guys, if you're flying a small plane, I would just avoid flying parallel with MLK Boulevard.
Yeah.
I would just try to stay above some golf courses, maybe. Yeah. There's probably a dentist and a doctor and a foursome somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Avoid MLK Boulevard and let's just like stay healthy. Maybe the guy could have lived.
Yeah, I think he did live.
Okay, so they fucked it even more.
At least they didn't rob him. At least they didn't twerk.
Yeah, thank God.
But we didn't see the full recording.
Honestly, yeah, we might have stopped it early. They might have started twerking.
They're on the plane.
On the plane. I'm twerking on the plane.
All right, let's move on. There was a guy who was asked to pick up his dog's poop, and then he shot somebody in the chest.
Yeah, so I guess this is part of a broader lesson here. This guy, Stephen White, 34, had gotten into an argument with a neighbor when the neighbor asked him to pick up his pooch's poop from their shared area according to the outlet. The suspect pulled out a handgun and shot the man in the chest, according to arrest warrant obtained by the news outlet.
Yeah, so you a Karen for not wanting dog shit in your common area.
And not only are you a Karen, but being a Karen is a death sentence, death penalty for you.
Yeah.
And then so this tweet, which is what we kind of agree with, said, this is why white people call the cops on these guys over petty stuff. This is the type of reaction you can expect if you ever dare to politely ask them to stop doing antisocial or obnoxious things.
Yeah, how dare you hold a black person to normal societal standards?
Yeah, so, I mean, you know how there's this big psyop by the left to say, hey, don't call the police on people, like, that you're sending men with guns to a situation. It's like, I'm not getting involved in the situation if I think this person might be unstable. And what are some of the leading indicators of being unstable? I don't know, antisocial stuff, being loud,
not following rules,
some markers that, you know, I personally don't have. And so, you know, there's this psyop happening where the police are bad, but if you got the police involved, and obviously you can't call the police for someone's dog shitting, right? But it's like, yeah, man, I'm not going to solve this myself. I'm going to send in a professional who has a gun.
Yeah. And then Stephen King, he sees stuff like this and says, oh, these are gun problems.
Yeah, Jim Jordan said 19 shot, 3 dead, one holiday weekend, Democrat-run Chicago. And Stephen King goes, guns, Jimmy, guns.
Yeah, so that guy with the dog poop, it's a gun problem.
Yeah, the gun just magically floated into his hand, and the Glock switch just magically popped up, and then it goes, brrrr.
So then he let that thing talk.
And then he had no control. He had to let that thing talk. And Stephen King, who's like the most aging, worst writer ever now, is it's guns. The guns just got possessed. That's like a Stephen King book. The gun, it got possessed, and the gun started shooting randomly.
And then the guns, if that were actually the issue, it would probably be a consistent on the graph of like gun crime across all races. But here's the graph.
Firearm homicide rate per 100,000. And it says, we don't exactly have a gun problem. U.S. black is up there by 20, 19.8. U.S. Hispanic, they're trying.
Yeah.
And they're coming across the border. So they're trying to catch up, 6.4. And then Finland, Austria, France, Canada, Czech Republic, U.S. white are all pretty chill. And then it's funny that Finland is higher than U.S. white.
Every country's higher than U.S. white.
U.S. whites have some gun responsibility.
And that's why they want to take all the guns from them, which makes sense.
Should we show this full auto switch just to remind people what it's like?
Of course.
Let's just play that really quick. And an infant in a car seat is dead.
Yeah, he shoots it in the air. Don't tell that kid to do any chores.
Yep. Don't tell him to pick up the dog poop, God forbid.
And then let's go to another example of a guy who was asked to stop smoking a joint on the subway. And this is how he reacted.
What are you doing? Just put out the joint. What the fuck are you doing? Put out the joint.
So you get brutally beaten for asking someone to not smoke a joint on the literal subway.
Yeah. Hey, don't call the police. The police could kill that guy.
Yeah.
But that guy might kill you with his fists.
And he's doing drugs on the subway in public with other people. But that's white fragility.
Yeah.
White fragility is wanting standards in society. When white fragility actually would be seeing that and not saying anything because you're scared to like tell a black person what to do. So you'll like lower societal standards to accommodate certain people who don't live by them. And that would actually be white fragility.
We need a new word for that. That would be white,
like scared white fragility
exactly.
type of thing. All right, let's go to the judge who released the black guy. Can you read the thing?
Yeah, this is Judge Peter Cahill. A few months ago, he released Jamel Hill Moore, 41, back onto the streets. Hill Moore was sentenced to 21 months in prison over domestic abuse, but this judge granted him a stay. Last week, Hill Moore stabbed and killed Meredith Martell in her bed. Judge Peter Cahill is the same judge who sentenced Derek Chauvin to 22 and a half years. Below is a video of him admitting that his rulings are all guided by racial justice.
So here's what he said about racial justice.
Every case that you deal with should be about racial justice. Even if everybody in your courtroom, if you're white, old white guy like me, and everybody else in the courtroom is an old white guy, even the defendant on the speeding case, you still have to figure out, am I treating this person the same way I would somebody who was younger, different age, or different ethnicity, different race? You have to constantly do that. So
basically,
blood on your hands, Judge.
Yeah, and I looked it up. Justice definition is maintenance of what is just, especially by the impartial adjustment of conflicting claims.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, kind of, but
Okay.
I mean, we don't need it.
But
We all
racial
know.
justice,
Yeah.
it's like, that's like, oh, justice is justice unless they're a different race, and then maybe you can change justice.
Yeah, justice
You switch
is
it around.
it's an absolute. It actually already incorporates race. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
So racial justice is an oxymoron. I get what you're saying.
And then it's like you're adding another step. So it's like, all right, do justice. And now you have, okay, now we have justice. Now let's add racial to it. Do we still have justice? And it's like justice should be justice no matter what. But then once you add racial, then it's like, well, we got to kind of.
Whatever justice is -3.
Yeah.
That's basically what racial justice is. Then it's like a golfer with a handicap.
Mhm.
So like justice, but then he gets 4 extra strokes.
Yeah, exactly. And then that judge, that's why they had him for the Derek Chauvin trial.
Yeah.
They probably saw that clip and were like, we found our guy.
He did his work.
So that guy got let out. Yeah, but here's what happens if they don't get let off, I guess.
Arguments. The court can trust that he is going to perform well on probation. I think he's worth this risk.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court
So he ends up beating up that lady.
Yeah. And he was deemed competent to stand trial, and she was actually going to do a little justice. And what did he do? He proved that she was exactly right in doing that.
Yeah.
So thanks. You waited 2 seconds for it to be right. We'll add those charges on and tack them onto your jail time, buddy, right?
Yeah, he was mad he wasn't let go to the point where he did that. All right, don't get too down, don't get too depressed. We're moving on to Uplifting Gold. We have some great Uplifting Gold today. The Xbox. There's a kid who got an Xbox for Christmas and he wasn't happy, but there was a rebuttal to it that is uplifting.
This is not what I wanted. Oh,
Well, if I was your dad, I would tell you this. Hey, you better be grateful what you got because I would sell that Xbox today. But I would say next Christmas, I know not to get what you get you. For right now, let that be a punishment to you. To be grateful. Don't worry about what anybody else had. Worry about what you got. Because inflation is an all-time high. Everything's getting expensive.
There's
Especially
flashes.
to take care of you
He's got it.
and many others. But this kind of grabs my gears, though. But Xbox is a good choice, though. I mean, you can have a good PC as well, but, you know, he went with a console. That's fine, too.
Yeah. The guy reminds me of you in housekeeping. Just fucking yapping.
Inflation?
Yeah, he hit some. There's some words there. I know some of these words.
Yeah. Okay, that was good.
Yeah, you starting hot. Thank you.
All right, now let's go to the guy who had to say grace and had to wing it, so he ended up reading the signs off of his mom's wall.
Go ahead. It's your turn.
Are we gonna hold hands in a circle?
Yeah. Bow your head and close your eyes.
Bless the food before us, the family beside us, and the love between us. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Amen.
Amen. Brandon, that was beautiful. How did you learn that, honey?
Practicing it since Thanksgiving.
How did you learn that? It's just written on the wall with 2 signs.
I love that.
All right, let's go to the Chinese kid working at the restaurant. This is super obviously good Chinese food. This is how you know it's good.
Yeah.
But they probably use seed oils.
It's true.
So
you can't endorse it fully.
Can't endorse it fully.
But you do endorse child labor, is what you're saying.
I do endorse Chinese food too.
Child labor, good. Chinese food, good. Seed oil's bad. Remember.
Yep. And I wish there was a world where you can have both. So once a year, you have Chinese food. That's how you got to do it.
Okay.
You got to make changes. All right, let's go to Sergeant O'Connor.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go there. All right.
Rangertown Police Department.
Sergeant O'Connor here. What? I'll be on my way. Look for a white light. Trust me, look for a white light. Yeah, I thought it was this. Yeah, this is a town of Power Rangers. There are many of them that live here. I'm the sergeant, Scott O'Connor. Okay, right, on it. All right, listen up, people. We got a missing kid.
Oh, missing kid.
I'm going to reach to some of my friends. That's got a location.
Good to pretend. What was it? You put it here. I haven't seen this yet.
I don't remember it being that slow. At the end of the episode, at least. That was...
Thank God we're at the end of the episode.
What was that?
It's good to pretend, I guess, Sergeant O'Connor.
I liked it.
Yeah.
That was
and there's
good.
a missing kid, and Sergeant O'Connor's on the case, and his watch is some sort of radio thing, too.
Well, I think he teleports with the watch.
Oh,
and
he
that's why he
teleported.
said, look for the white light. And she
Oh,
goes, what do you mean? He goes, you'll trust me. You'll know. And
Okay.
And then...
Okay, we're back to Uplifting Gold then.
Okay. All right. New York City in the 60s.
Yeah.
This is we were talking about before about...
Yeah. The only, once they gaslight you that crime and illegals have always been pouring over and they're asylum seekers and crime's actually down, then the only people who can tell you how it actually was are guys like this and footage.
If you were to go back to any period of time in New York, when do you think was the best time to be here?
The 60s.
Why the 60s?
People were people. Unfortunately, we have changed so much. I travel in a subway, I travel in a bad trains to Jersey, and people are not people anymore. People push you, they rough you. Kids come in and they run and they push the elderly to sit. We're not used to be like that. And especially
that's real.
Lost an era.
You pushing old ladies on the subway. You used to get out of the way, let them sit. Now you rush to get their seat before they can.
Ain't nobody got manners.
We lost it.
Yep.
All right, last clip of Uplifting Gold is this hockey on a lake. This is Americana. Might be in Canada.
Or Canadiacana, I was going to say.
But look at this. Isn't that special? Isn't that nice?
Yeah. That's really nice ice.
That's great ice. All right, well, that's the end of the episode. It is Friday, so we're going to do some shout-outs. Not the full list of shout-outs, though, because we're running out of time.
Okay.
We have a shout-out to Ryan. Ryan's first birthday just came and went, and we're very happy to have him as a show watcher, even though he's only 1 year old. He knows what's going on. He likes the show. He doesn't miss an episode with his parents.
Yeah, and shout out to Ryan's dad, too.
Shout out to Ryan's dad. We know him, friends in real life.
In real life.
Also, RRB Secret Santa stuff. Run through that, and then we're done.
Schizo stuff. Here it is. We did the Secret Santa thing. We talked about it before, but Melanie really won up to everybody here. Taylor Swift with the giant fake cans. Actually, we can't show this.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some bad stuff in here, so we can't show that one. But here's the thing I was really impressed by.
The Richard Ratboy candle.
Look at this.
Can't make that up.
I'm on a prayer candle. Crusades. All my rats are my friends.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's next level. That's what the Bonus Landers are up to.
Next level schizo shit, guys. Thank you very much.
Bonus Landers. Thank you guys for watching another Fleccas Talks in the Books. Hope you enjoyed the long episode today. Another one comes out on Tuesday. If you want 30 more minutes of the show, tune into Bonus Land on FleccasTalks.com. Make sure you follow Memetic Sisyphus. He's listed in the thing in this description as well. And make sure you get some Farmer Bill's beef jerky. It's super healthy, super good for you. Tastes great. It'll be the best jerky you ever got. And if you support him and get the stuff that we presented to you, he'll be more likely to renew and come back for more ads.
Smart.
So we need you guys to buy the stuff. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Feels good to be back. We will see you on Tuesday.
Don't listen to people. Listen to your brain and your mind. That was the same thing.